Hello everyone. I'm doing another video to MrRepzion. Um, this will be the last one I make of him in a while because I try not to make videos about people one after another, about the same person one after another. It's his video titled Radical Feminism. So without further ado, let's get in.
A very common thing that I see on my channel is people thinking and saying things that they think I believe that I actually don't. And the biggest thing with that has to do with feminism. I've made a lot of videos in the past on feminism. I'm going to be making a lot of videos in the present on feminism. And with that said, I want people to understand that when I talk about feminism, 99.9% of the time, when I reference the word feminism, I'm actually talking about radical feminism. I probably should have made that a lot more clearer in my past videos on
Okay, first of all, a lot more clearer, really. It's a lot more clear or clearer. It's a lot more clearer is just not grammatically correct. Secondly, I hear this a lot from anti-feminists and MRAs and equalists, whatever, any anti-feminist. And when I hear, well, I'm just talking about radical feminism, it's kind of a cop-out, because I just think it's a way for liberals to get out of responsibility, for, like, saying stupid shit and say, no, feminists, I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about radical feminists, so I can say what I want. And, like, it's ridiculous, because you can classify radical feminists as literally anything. Like, oh no, you say women are more oppressed than men, you radical feminazi. But it's ridiculous. Third, this is sort of a copy-paste kind of retort to this, my view, the feminists, but it fits. If you are to the point where you hate men based on gender and you want a matriarchy, I almost said meritocracy, but that's not the right word, matriarchy, which, by the way, is impossible in this current state of being. But anyways, if you actually want that, you are not a feminist. You are a fucking idiot. So, let's continue.
feminism, but that honestly is what I actually talk about. Almost all of my videos, in fact, when I make video responses to people or subjects, deals with people who are radicals of a said ideology, said religion, said belief system. And that's what I primarily make responses to. Crazy people with outlandish, crazy views. When I hear someone classify themselves as a feminist, I'm fine with that. I have no problem with someone believing in feminism if they want to believe.
Clearly you're not, by judging by the fact in a future video you make, which I have done a response for in the past, you say feminism is like that of ISIS and Nazism. So, you're clearly just talking out your ass here. Now you can pull the old, you're talking about radical feminism like you said before. Fuck that. I refer you to the statement I made earlier. It's a fucking cop-out.
That's perfectly fine. But a lot of people misconfuse what I actually believe and say that I hate feminism. I'm
Misconfuse?
an anti-feminist, when in reality, I'm an anti-radical everything, which includes radical feminism. I'm not anti-feminist. In fact, I recently changed my Twitter description to anti-radical feminist because I'm not against people who believe in feminism. I may not agree with what they want to push with their beliefs or agendas or what they want to strive for, but
if you don't agree and you actively strive against it, which you have stated you do in the past, which you have stated with your words and actions outside of this video, you are anti-that.
Ultimately, I have no problem with someone who classifies themselves as a feminist. Now, one of the biggest things has to do with Anita Sarkeesian. In fact,
Here we go with the whole Gamergates. Like, women are coming to take my video games. Okay, here's the thing. Anita Sarkeesian is kind of a slightly polarizing figure in feminism. I recently heard she had anti-capitalist views, which I agree with, but whether she actually does or not, I don't know. However, she is not 100% supported by everyone in the feminist community. What she was trying to do is expose sexism in video games and the gaming culture, which does exist. I would classify myself as a gamer. I play games very often. I have fun doing it, and it's a fun hobby. However, I'm not gonna go balls fucking deep into hating everyone who bashes my gaming cultures, because that's fucking stupid.
Facepalm Sunday video is another video response to Anita Sarkeesian. In my personal definition of what I consider feminism to be, she is a radical feminist. She takes things, she makes bare assertions, she makes crazy, outlandish statements. I think one of the biggest statements Anita Sarkeesian ever has made that pissed me off the most was when she called Christopher Hitchens, 2 days after he died, a misogynistic, sexist, warmonger, and racist.
Christopher Hitchens supported the war in Iraq. I don't give a shit. Like, what the fuck is with the atheist community's boner for Richard Hitchens? Why did I say Richard? Christopher Hitchens, sorry. Like, seriously, what the fuck? He supported the war in Iraq, and he was a massive neo-atheist. Seriously, he's fucking stupid. By the way, I'm not like a Christian fundy or anything. I would self-identify as an atheist. But me stating facts like this, where he supported the war in Iraq, he was completely fine with it, which was a racist war. So, I don't understand why you're supporting him.
Yeah, Christopher Hitchens, 2 days after he died.
I don't give a shit at the recency of his death. He did support the war in Iraq. He was a racist fuck.
I believe one of my personal favorites and renowned critical thinkers, and someone who had great debating and communication skills. He wrote amazing and inspirational books on challenging religion and so much more. I mean, if you don't know who Christopher Hitchens is, look him up and read some of his books that he's done. He's a phenomenal human being, and it was...
No, he's not. I refer you to the statement I made earlier.
Such a sad day when he died, and it only took 2 days for Anita Sarkeesian to start making these crazy, radical claims that he was a misogynistic, sexist warmonger who...
Whether he was misogynistic or sexist or not, I don't know, but I do know he was a warmonger because he did support the war in Iraq. Which, he was also racist because, like I said before, war in Iraq is a racist war.
Hated everybody, or hated women and all this shit. And it just blew my mind that someone like her can say things like that. And I'm going to admit that I do not...
Oh no, the evil feminazis have a different opinion than me.
Not like Anita Sarkeesian, and I'm going to keep putting out videos against this woman to combat the things that she says, because most recently she said some crazy outlandish things about the game Dying Light. I'm going to be responding to that, and I can disprove what she says literally in 15 seconds. And I'm going to show you exactly what she says, and I'm going to show you what she says compared to the gameplay of the game that she tries to twist around and twist into this crazy idea that the game is against women and sexist against women and follows the normal game trope and all that shit.
You can't really deny that there isn't a trope in video games to where women are the ones that need to be saved all the time, because that usually is. There are some games, yes, that do break this mold and do go outside of the lines. However, those are the exception to the rule, not really the rule itself. Especially with early video games, there has been a massive trope of women needing to be saved and the lack of strong female characters in video games.
But yeah. So those are my views. I am not against those who are feminists. I talk about radical feminism. So if I use the term, these feminists, I actually, and this is a communication error on my part, I'm not the best at wording what I'm trying to say in my videos, and sometimes when I say things like, these feminists, what I'm actually meaning is these radical feminists. I'm going to try to change that in future content because I realize that's a communication problem with myself. When I say these feminists, then people who classify themselves as feminists are like, he hates me, or he's labeling me as, in this group that I don't actually believe this stuff, and I understand that, and I apologize for this massive communication error with myself and not clarifying this earlier on my channel. So that's all I have to say for this video, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow reptiles. Until next time, I will see you guys on Facepalm Sunday with a new video for towards MrRepzion. I'll also be filming a few...
Okay, I'm just gonna stop it here because this is pretty much the end of the video. Yeah. Once again, this entire video is just a massive cop-out in a way of you avoiding saying, yes, I am an anti-feminist. Because you are. All that argument is one massive cop-out.